Hey guys. Gosh, the sun is coming out and I feel like a freaking vampire. I'm like... This week on Cydney Reviews 50 Shades of Grey, I'm reviewing the chapter I like to refer to as the chapter that never happened. So the chapter starts out with Anastasia is hyperventilating in an elevator because of Christian Grey's inherent hotness. Think of every 13-year-old girl you know coming into contact with One Direction and then pushing them into an elevator and shutting the door. That's basically what's going on right now. Then, of course, discreetly, she stabs in there that the floor is sandstone, the windows are glass, go figure, and the pillars are steel. Then she decides that she never wants to see him again and drives home listening to thumping indie rock music because she's so young and hip. Side note, I don't know how much E.L. James thinks that college students say geez, but it's in there a lot. And I promise you, any college student will tell you that it's much more likely that we're gonna say shit. Anna spends 2 paragraphs and 4 lines talking to her best friend before heading off to work. And that's the end of a scene. And she tells us that she works at Clayton's. And then an entire scene is her describing to us what Clayton's is. It's just 1 paragraph, but it's in a scene all its own. Then there is 1 useless freaking paragraph about how Anastasia is at work. And then that's the end of the scene. Then Anna gets home from work in a new scene, and Kate tries to badger her some more about Christian Grey, but Anna, being the smart cookie that she is, effectively deflects the situation by offering her roommate a sandwich. Because her roommate is obviously a puppy. The next day, in a new scene, Anna describes to us that her mom is a ditz and a slut who likes candles. And by this point, I'm really just like, just get to the next Christian Grey scene. Like, I understand that your editor or publisher or whatever was like, you have to put in some of Anna's backstory. We need to know her. And I was like, this is not knowing her. This is literally 3 paragraphs split up into scenes on the page to give us filler before we get to the next Christian Grey scene. So at this point, I'm just like, just give it to me. Just put the Christian Grey scene on the page, because her life is unfulfilling and boring, and she's dull, and she's 2-dimensional, and I want nothing to do with her or her crappy life anymore. Just give me Christian Grey. I can deal with that kind of crap. I can't deal with Anastasia crap. I can't. There's nothing exciting about it. Then we meet Jose, who is the best friend of Anna, who she's known for like 4 years, and just read Twilight and you'll know his relation to her. Then Anna reflects on how she's never had a sexual attraction to anyone, so that she thinks that she's asexual or gray sexual. So then the next scene, she's at work and she's doing work stuff, and Christian Grey just like shows up and buys a murder kit. He wants masking tape, cord ties, a rope, and coveralls so that the blood doesn't get on him. Or so I presume. I don't know. I just know that that's really sketchy, and all she is doing is Googling, like, ogling how attractive he is, and I'm like, but he's buying everything that CSI would need to convict him of like a double homicide. I don't understand. Then everyone's on like tectonic plates or something. Like she's on tectonic plates, then he's on tectonic plates, and his eyes are on tectonic plates or some weird crap like that. I don't know. I just know that it was crap, basically. And at the end of the scene / chapter, Anna says that she can set up a photo shoot for him with her friend Kate, and that maybe she'd see him tomorrow. And he's like, you will. Bondage. And that's how that goes. I can't even tell you, like... Alright, I'm gonna try and tell you. Here's the thing. I tried really hard to go into this with with minimal preconceptions about the book. I knew what was in it, and I knew that a lot of people were saying it was bad. I knew a lot of people were saying it was life-changing. So I went into it only knowing about the sex scenes. That's all I knew. Like, that's all I knew that was in there. It was an erotic fiction. And it's a really bad book. Like, it's actually bad. Grammatically, it's terrible. Characters are terrible. There is no plot. Like, there's nothing. There's nothing. Don't read it. I'm dead serious. I'm reading this for you so that you don't have to do this. I am Jesusing myself for your reading sins right now. Don't read 50 Shades of Grey. I'm dead serious. Like I told you last episode or whatever, I'm going to be doing 1 or 2 quotes that really stuck out to me, as in they were really bad. So here we go. Oddly enough, both of these terrible quotes are on the same page and in the scene in which Christian Grey has come to visit Anastasia or whatever. So this one is when he's talking to her and she's describing his voice, of course. His voice is warm and husky, like dark melted chocolate fudge caramel ... or something. What does that mean? What is that? What is dark melted chocolate? Is it like regular chocolate, but it's darker because of the fudge and the caramel? Like, don't you mean dark chocolate? Like melted dark chocolate? Or are you... And why is dark melted chocolate fudge caramel husky? How does that have to... Why does that make anything husky? Is it because it's fattening? What is this? Is this real life right now? The next one is when she's walking and, you know, he has this crippling effect on her. So walking is a difficulty around him. Or at all, apparently. I don't know. So this... I really just don't like this book. Okay. My legs are suddenly the consistency of Jell-O. I'm so glad I decided to wear my best jeans this morning. Here we have Jell-O, right? And here we have jeans. Why? Where does... How do you... I'll see you guys in chapter 3.